There comes a point in every trader's path that almost no one mentions. A quiet transition. One that doesn't announce itself with fireworks or screenshots. It slips in unnoticed. It's not the day your account explodes upward. It's not when you finally string together that dream win streak. It's far subtler than that. Almost invisible. When it happens, you feel it immediately. Something deep has shifted. I'm going to walk you through 5 indicators that you're actually turning into a profitable trader. And here's a twist. None of them look like what most people expect. Most people search for confirmation in all the wrong places. They stare at their balance. They obsess over win rates. They measure themselves against others. And because of that, they miss the real evidence. The internal signals that show up long before the money ever does. Profitability doesn't come from one massive breakthrough. It's built from small internal adjustments that stack over time. Changes in how you think, how you respond, how you interpret the market. If you're noticing even one of these signs, you're closer than you realized, even if your account hasn't caught up yet. Understand these signs, recognize them. At minimum, knowing you're near can give you the strength to keep going even when things feel heavy. Let's get into it. Sign 1. Trading has become boring, and not occasionally dull. I mean genuinely, consistently boring. You sit in front of the screen and nothing fires you up anymore. No rush, no fear, no dopamine hit when you enter a trade. Just mechanical execution. That's it. This matters more than you think. New traders are always stimulated. Every position feels important, their pulse jumps, they hover over their trades, they refresh constantly. That excitement feels like engagement, like progress. But the thing is, it isn't. In trading, excitement is a red flag. Emotional involvement means compromised judgment. Once feelings enter the equation, clarity disappears. Profitable traders are bored because they've repeated the same setup so many times that it's automatic. No surprise. No novelty. They already know how most scenarios will play out. They've seen this movie hundreds, sometimes thousands of times. Familiarity kills excitement. Think of a surgeon. On their 100th operation, there's no adrenaline, just calm focus, maybe even boredom. Not because they don't care, but because they've mastered the process. The outcome no longer shakes them emotionally. They execute. That's what real trading looks like. If trades still excite you, you're still inexperienced. If they bore you, you're leveling up. Markets reward people who treat trading like routine work, not entertainment. So if your daily routine feels repetitive and dull, that's good news. Profit comes from boredom, not thrill. At first, this can feel wrong. The money might even feel underwhelming because the emotional highs are gone. You may think something's broken. It isn't. You didn't start trading for stimulation. You did it for consistency and freedom. The boring path is a correct one. Remember that. Sign 2. You stop watching your account balance all day. This one surprises people. They imagine profitable traders glued to their P&L tracking every tick. That's fantasy. The reality is the opposite. When profitability starts forming, you stop caring about the number during the session. You stop refreshing your account. You stop calculating how much this trade might add or subtract. Your attention moves from outcome to execution. Beginners live for results. How much did I make today? How am I doing this week? Their identity is tied to that number, so they check nonstop, and every glance reinforces the wrong mindset. If you're constantly monitoring your P&L, that's not a strength. It's a weakness. Professionals ask different questions. Did I follow my plan? Did I take only valid setups? Did I manage risk properly? The balance becomes irrelevant during the trading day. It gets reviewed later, end of the day, or end of week because they trust the process. Monitoring a position for management rules is fine. Obsessing over it is not. This shift is huge. It means you're no longer trading for validation. You're doing your job. And once you stop checking your balance constantly, performance improves because decisions are no longer influenced by being up or down. You respond to the market, not your emotions. Enter the trade, let it play out. No emotional investment until it closes. Emotional interference before exit ruins both the current trade and the future ones. Distance creates clarity. Sign 3. You skip more trades than you take. Most people think profitability means being more active, more setups, more trades. Wrong. Overtrading is one of the fastest ways to destroy consistency. The more trades you take, the more mentally drained you become, and the higher your error rate climbs. Choosing fewer trades on purpose is discipline, not laziness. As profitability develops, you trade less, not because opportunities vanish, but because your standards rise. A setup that almost fits, the old you would have taken it, now you pass. A trade that meets most criteria, the old you would have rationalized it, now you wait. At first, the selectivity feels uncomfortable, like you're missing out, like you're not doing enough. What's really happening is pattern recognition has sharpened. You now know great setups make more money, average setups break even, mediocre setups bleed accounts. Beginners can't tell the difference, so they trade everything. Professionals wait patiently and unemotionally for very specific conditions. Passing trades isn't avoidance, it's professionalism. Markets punish compulsive activity, they reward patience. If you feel guilty for trading less, that's conditioning, not reality. Trading isn't a traditional job. Fewer actions can produce better results. Internalize that. Sign 4. Losses no longer shake you. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you've changed how you interpret losses. A beginner takes a loss and spirals anger, shame, self-doubt. They question their system, their ability, their place in the game. A developed trader takes a loss and feels nothing. Not because they're cold, but because they understand losses are data, information, part of the system. They know their strategy inside and out. They've executed it through wins, losses, enough times that a single outcome carries zero emotional weight. If your edge wins 60% of the time, then 40% of trades must lose. A loss isn't failure, it's expected. Once that sinks in, emotional charge disappears. Loss, journal, move on. No revenge trading, no desperation, no need to make it back. This detachment comes from experience, from seeing the same cycles repeat over and over again. Individual trades lose significance. Only long-term execution matters. When you can take multiple losses in a row without your mood changing, you've crossed a line most never do. Sign 5. You stop searching for new strategies. This is the confirmation signal. When real profitability starts forming, curiosity for new strategies dies. You're not hopping videos, you're not joining new groups, you're not chasing indicators. Why? Because you found your edge and you're committed to mastering it. Beginners are always hunting. They believe the next strategy is the answer, so they bounce endlessly and never go deep enough to make anything work. Professionals choose one approach and drill into it until it becomes second nature. They know how it behaves in different conditions, time frames, and environments. At that point, new strategies don't look exciting. They look like distractions. This isn't stagnation, it's depth. You stop learning horizontally and start learning vertically. You refine entries, improve exits, optimize risk. That depth is where consistency comes from. The final reality. These signs don't appear all at once. What matters is recognizing them when they show up. They usually arrive before your account reflects them. That delay creates doubt, and that's the test. If you quit now, you reset everything. You go back to excitement, back to overtrading, back to obsession. Don't. These signs are real. They measure the only thing that matters, internal change. If you've changed, results will follow. Always, always. Stay boring, stay selective, stay detached, stay committed, and subscribe.